Well, this was a really good basketball game. I thought two teams, executed very well. It was one of those games. Sometimes you turn on the TV and the games aren't worth watching. This one was worth watching. Kids on both teams making plays. I thought our guys were outstanding defensively in the first half. I thought we really made them work and got to 30 seconds in the shot clock a bunch. And then offensively, we were pretty good. We very unselfish, moved the ball, got the ball into good positions on the court. Seniors played well, and really every guy that came into the game contributed. We had good contributions from everybody. Somebody on our team did something really well, and that's a good basketball team. We pressed them full court. We pressured them as hard as we could, and they still only turned it over 10 times. They just don't make many mistakes. Trapani and Reggie Jackson are high-level players, and so for us to do the job we did was took a lot out of us, and commend our guys for their defensive discipline, especially. It was great defensive discipline.
Coach, is that the best thing to take out of this game? Is how many times you took them deep into that shot clock?
I think there's too many good things to take out of this. You win a game like this, you did a lot of things well. We only had 7 turnovers ourselves, 16 assists. We shot 53%. We played good basketball tonight. This might have been our best game of the year. We beat a very good opponent playing really well, and it took us playing well to do it. And so I'm pleased with the way our guys approach this. We didn't have too many bad stretches. We had a little bit in the first half, but for the most part, we played pretty good basketball tonight.
What was the key to kind of blowing it open, start the second half? Looked like you guys looked like a different team coming out of the locker room.
I don't know. We got a bucket, and just kind of got some momentum, and I think that's just the big thing. You get a couple stops, you get a score or two, you've got a lead already, and so now you feel pretty good about how you're playing. And then conversely, things change a little bit late in the game. You're up 15. Now they can just put their head down and attack the rim, and they really stop doing a lot of their offense and just put their head down and attack the rim. And you get called for some fouls, and then your guys get a little defensively. You're not as aggressive, and offensively you're never sure. How much do we attack? How much do we not attack? It's one of those deals. In all honesty, coaches and players have no chance in that situation, because if we attack and shoot and miss, you guys are all going to say, why are they doing it? But then if we don't attack and we use the shot clock down to 25 or 30 seconds and then shoot in the last 10 seconds and miss, they're playing not to win. They're playing to, it's like, again, you just got to do the best you can. And I called a timeout, I don't know, 6 minutes to go or whatever, and just told our guys, hey fellas, play to win. If we have advantage situations, go make plays. If we don't have advantage situations, let's get a couple passes, reverse the ball, and try to make a good possession out of it. And we were fortunate tonight that we got some paint drives late, and guys finished some shots around the rim.
With this being the stretch run, how important is it that you can say we've played our best game now rather than earlier in the season against the Southern Conference?
Well, it's good, because I think it shows that we're an improved basketball team. It's really hard. Like, everybody talks about the NCAA and all those different kinds of things, and teams are different now than they were in November. We're clearly much better than we were in November and December. And the problem is, a lot of teams in our league are that way, with new coaches and turnover and the way things are. And North Carolina's way better. But because of most of the non-conference games are in November and December, your league RPI doesn't look as good, or teams think your league's not as good. There's a lot of good teams. This team right here is a good team, and they'll beat a lot of people. And so this was really good for us, basically for the ACC standings, just to keep us in it. If we lose this one, we're probably, we got a tough road to hoe. It's still pretty tough. But we needed to win this game against these guys to give us a chance to play for some significant things, at least.
Can you talk about the environment tonight? It seems like maybe North Carolina won't know what they're getting into on Saturday. It was pretty rowdy tonight.
Well, I'm sure they'll know, because they've been here before, and North Carolina is going to see an unbelievable environment tomorrow night. So it's not like they won't be used to it. They'll be used to it. They're used to playing against really good people and people being excited to play them. But it makes a difference. There's no doubt. You know, I was unbelievably excited tonight when our crowd, with 10 seconds to go in the shot clock on 3 or 4 occasions, our crowd started getting up, standing, you know, cheering, getting loud, because they appreciated the first 25 seconds of tremendous defense. And they saw a really good team, and they saw how hard it was to guard them, and they see our guys flying all over the place guarding. And for them to get up and continue to cheer shows that they understand what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring a defensive mindset to the program, and you know, for them to do that really shows me that they're, you know, they understand basketball and they're getting behind their team. It's not just when we have a dunk or a guy makes a 3, but it's, hey, we're getting stops. Our guys are trying to get stops. We have a very good defensive team and we want to get behind them. And, you know, that meant a lot to me, and I know our players.
What is Jaray's situation? Was Will Gimpy there?
You know, I don't know, he tweaked something. He's fine. But, we just took him out at the end for that because he gave up a basket and clearly was holding a hamstring a little bit, but he'll be fine. And then at the end, the matchups weren't very good for him to guard perimeter guys, especially with his hamstring bothering him.
How important was it, I guess, in the first 5 to 7 minutes of the second half, getting the ball to him, and then particularly with Southern out of the game and him having the matchup with?
Yeah, I mean, you know, certainly we want to get the ball into his hands when we can, and especially, you know, they as the game started, they maybe weren't as aggressive defensively. Then they tried to be a little more aggressive, and when they became more aggressive, they guarded us further away from the basket. That certainly opens things up in the middle, and so now, you know, we're pounding it in because there's space there for Jaray to go to work, and so we did a good job of recognizing that. Then late in the game, we took the space and tried to go by him, and I think that was good. So we kind of did 2 different things, and that's what we needed to do.
Were the offensive rebounds that they had just a product of what kind of team they are?
Yeah, you know what? They're a very good offensive rebounding team because you're not conditioned to, first of all, there are more long rebounds because they shoot more shots, jump shots. There's not like a jump hook and everybody's around the basket and you just kind of bump the guy next to you and get the it's a short shot, it's a short rebound. They're shooting jump shots, so the ball's, when it does miss, is bouncing longer, so it's more of a 50-50 ball. And they bring guys running in, so your blockouts are more difficult because do I block the guy out or do I just go try to get the ball, or where's he coming from? Because when I turn and stop looking at the ball and go try to find my man to block out, you know, I don't see the ball now. The guy who's running in sees it the whole time. So it's, you know, it's a different, completely different deal. And it's hard. It's hard to guard that way and then still finish the possession, and that's something we could improve upon.
What they do with spacing and the back nets, do you feel you're able to contest most of the shots?
I mean, I thought we did a pretty good job tonight. I mean, they're going to get some open looks. There's just, with that many guys, you can't be on all of them. I mean, there's just, you know, you just can't. It's really hard. You know, there's somebody always breaking to the basket, and so you're trying to have somebody show a little bit, and, you know, they're going to get some open looks occasionally, but you just try to limit the amount of good looks they get. And, what were they, 9 for 30, so they made their 9, but they only shot 30% as opposed to 38 or 39. And, you know, so then I thought we did some good things that way. You know, that's a pretty good defensive performance. It's, you know, they hurt us the last 5 or 6 minutes just with some penetration, but before that, good defense. Thanks, guys.